but like the stretch tires and all that, like that's what they look for.
They informed me my tires was busting.
Welcome back to the Shed Podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Frank.
And hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. I know we sure did. We was able to get down to Roanoke/Salem area for the Mopars in the Valley Car Show.
It was a pretty good show. What,
Yeah.
day, not 2 days, but...
Yeah, not quite 2 days, but a good Friday evening, Saturday show. Only Mopars. So
That's it. Still had 150, right at 150 cars turn out. Like, that's not bad.
very big crowd for, one category. And we had fun. It was nice to kind of just walk around the show, check out some cool rides, and just kind of shake hands, talk a little bit with people.
To actually mingle a little bit this time.
I liked it.
So.
It's always nice to do that. So I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. So let's kind of get into it here. I don't even know if you know about this, but on Facebook, there is a new Facebook group that Rob Jones, his wife and stuff has created, a couple other people. It's called Mercer County Car Mates.
That's cool. I hadn't seen that.
It's a Facebook page. They're going to have weekly meets, different places. But it's just kind of cool to kind of get the car community into one place, just admiring everybody's ride, just hanging out.
So is it like one place, or they move it around?
Yeah, they just kind of move it around from what I'm understanding.
Okay.
But it seems like it's going to be a pretty good draw.
That's pretty neat.
For all these meets.
I hope they do good with it.
I do too. Their Facebook page is growing. I'm on the page, so I'll try to get you on there. I'll send you the link.
I don't get on Facebook a lot, so
Yeah, I probably stay on there more than I should, but
I'm probably not on there as much as I should be. So
yeah, I'll get you added on there. But it's super cool, and with Rob, he kind of cuts the bullshit out. I mean, just go ahead and call it what it is.
Yeah.
If you're on there down on people's rides or making fun of people or trying to start arguments, you're off the page. He just kicks you out completely. So I like that.
yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I mean,
Yeah.
we're adults. Act like it.
Yeah, I like that. Same thing if you go to the meet and you're trashing the parking lot and trying to do burnouts and revving it up, you're going to be asked to leave. Don't come back.
I mean,
So I like that. So if you're on Facebook, definitely look it up, Mercer County Car Meets, and go ahead and try to get added to that page there. Kind of keep up with all the meets kind of going on every week.
that's cool. I like that. I mean,
I do
I'm glad somebody's doing something like that.
Yeah.
Like the cars and coffee thing had been kicked around a little bit, so I'm glad somebody's doing something with it.
Yeah. So the topic of the week, I was approached by a show that's getting ready to happen this weekend.
Okay.
If it still happens, it's a car show at a cemetery.
I saw that. Yeah, I'm not going to say where.
Where you at on that?
I'm not going to say where it's at. That is, I saw it. Like, had somebody call me about it, and I looked at
multiple people.
Oh,
call
yeah.
me. It's
But when they first called me about it, I was like, that's different. And the more I thought about it, I was like, is this a thing? Like, does that happen a lot? So I Googled it, like cemetery car shows. It is a lot more common than you would think, like in a lot of places. Where am I at on it? Ooh, I don't know. Like,
I looked. They said that they're going to be trying to raise money for, I guess,
they're doing some kind of coat drive thing.
Yeah, it's a coat drive.
And then the animal shelter's
going to be
thing.
there. And they've got some food vendors, Chick-fil-A and stuff like that.
They do. And I've seen special prices on mausoleums.
Yeah, they got special prices
That's
if you want to be
always
buried while enjoying a car show. I'm just going to go ahead and give you my thoughts. It's a terrible idea.
I didn't say it was a good idea.
It's the worst possible place that you could put a car show or an event, for that matter, anywhere. Just me personally, it's the worst idea ever. there's so many businesses that would take on something like that, and you could still have it wrapped around the cemetery.
They had a lot of options.
Yeah, a lot of businesses would jump in and help have it there. I mean, I think you'd almost be better off having a hospital, and that's bad, but I think it would do better than a cemetery. You go to the cemetery to rest in peace.
Not rest in place.
The name of the car show might be Rest in Place. I'm not sure. We're going to plead the fifth on that one.
You know, here's where I'm at. Dead serious. We said when we started this podcast, we was going to lay out where we was at. I think the problem is, at least in our local area, so many people have decided every time they want a little attention, let's do a car show. Car shows are easy. Let's do a car show. Mm-hmm. So I think it has got to the point, places that you normally would not see a car show is wanting to put on car shows. That's my opinion about it. It is a horrible idea to do a car show at a cemetery.
Yeah.
Like when you say it out loud, I don't know if anybody did before it got this far. It's a horrible idea.
Yeah, they've got a lot of people like saying they're going to protest and block the entrance.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I spent about 20 minutes going through just comments and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Not one said I'll be there.
Nobody was saying that's a great idea.
Nobody.
I don't know why nobody ever thought of this.
I mean, am I gonna protest it? I'm not gonna protest it. Would I do it? Like, if they call me up, hey, can you help out? No, I'm good. I'm busy Saturday. I got a football game.
Yeah.
Like, I think it.
I'm just saying it's probably the worst idea out there.
Maybe not the worst. I've seen some bad ones.
Where else worse could you put a car show besides
Worse
the landfill?
than a cemetery?
Besides the landfill and a rock quarry, where's the worst that you could have a car show?
Ooh. Hey, you might have me on that one.
I'm speaking facts here. I thought about this.
Man, if you like, cemetery might be. That might be top of
Cemetery's up
the
there
list.
with rock quarry, landfill.
Yeah. I mean, who thinks of that?
I don't know. I mean, I get what they're kind of going after. I guess it's change of ownership, and you're wanting to get people there that's maybe that you can sell plots to, and
let's do a car show.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Like,
even an open house is really kind of.
Who was in that marketing meeting?
I don't know.
What do you think? Car show. Let's do car show.
Yeah, I'm out.
Like,
I'm surprised that a lot of people got on board with it too, but you know, what do I know about some car shows? I don't know.
Either way,
a couple things. But
either way,
I wouldn't ever put one at a cemetery with people.
I think we can agree.
Grieving.
Horrible idea.
Well, hold on here. So, what I was thinking before I even brung it up, and I'm glad it just kind of dawned on me. So, you're having a car show. You've got food there, so yeah, I mean, you're going to have some music.
Oh yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
So, hold on. People die every day.
Yes.
Somebody's going to get buried that day.
Not necessarily.
It's going to happen.
Not necessarily.
Mm-hmm. It'll happen.
No, I've been in that place plenty of times, and there was nobody getting buried that day.
So what
Just
happens?
because somebody dies, don't mean everybody gets buried there.
What happens if?
I really would hope they scheduled that out a little better. Like I
doubt it. They didn't think this through.
I get you didn't think it that far through, but please at least check the schedule.
But listen, you're sitting there, you're grieving. Your mom died. Your brother, your sister, your mom, anything. And you look down the hill, and there's a car show going on. People's eating Chick-fil-A chicken sandwiches.
If you can take it even a step farther, like you don't, even if they had scheduled out no funerals today, right? That don't mean that somebody's wife or husband's birthday or anniversary or this or that.
Just,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just saying for the ones that's grieving at the moment, if they're getting buried and you leave the funeral home and you're heading there, and there's a car show going on.
It's a bad idea.
Bounce houses.
It's a horrible idea.
God, it's kind of weird. I mean, it's super weird. I guess we can all agree on that.
I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be hard for me to drive past it and not stop. Like, if they're having it, I'm like, and I mean it in no disrespectful way, it's gonna be hard for me not to stop. Because I kind of want to just see it. It's like a train wreck. Like,
I don't know if it's going to happen.
I got a feeling it's not.
I have a feeling.
I've got a hardcore feeling it's not.
If they was super smart, they'd cancel it and try to do something else in another business. But if they do go through with it, I think you're going to see a lot of bad people, or a lot of mad people there that day. It's not going to be a great time.
Think for
a show promoter.
What they'll get out of it is the complete opposite of what they was looking for. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not building business. You're not, connecting with the community. You're not doing any of that. What you're doing is taking a step in a complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
Like, nobody on Facebook was happy with that. Nobody.
I agree with that.
I mean, it was bad enough the post got took down in less than 12 hours.
It was like 57 shares and 100 and some comments, and everybody was...
And nobody liked it.
Pissed.
Yeah, nobody liked it.
There was like 2 thumbs up.
Out of like 200 and some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. Well,
anyway, it's a horrible idea. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I looked it up. It happens all the time. I'm talking live music, food vendors, games. What are you people thinking?
This is a terrible idea.
Like, where is your sense? Like, I see, that's why we work so good together. We have enough sense that when one of us comes up with something crazy like that.
I've had some crazy ideas.
And usually I'm there to be like, that's a horrible idea.
Or you have the idea of, yeah, you should totally do that. And then like 3 days later, we're going to be like,
we shouldn't have done that.
I'm just in a bad mood. I shouldn't
have said that. Why didn't you stop me?
Yeah. We've had that happen a couple times.
Well, yeah.
Definitely once.
But you know what? We powered through.
Yeah, no matter what it is. I guess really moving on to the main topic.
Okay, what do you got?
That wasn't the main topic, but I just thought that
had to go out on a little tangent there for a second.
I got detoured, but
I get that.
All right, so we've been going to a lot of car shows. I've been going to car shows forever, but I've been dragging you car shows here recently.
Yeah, we went to a bunch this year.
Car shows that has judges versus crowd voting. What's your take on that? I'll start it off.
Well,
I'll start it off. Actually, you want to start it?
Car shows have judges that are there to judge cars. Crowd judges are cruise-ins with trophies. That's my opinion.
Yeah. So, shout out to everybody that has a car show that has some judges. That's the way car shows was originated. To me, I feel like if you go to a car show and it's crowd vote, for one, I take the day off typically to go to a car show. I'm cleaning my car. Whether I say I'm there for a trophy or not, it's irrelevant. Because we're all there for a certain reason. And it's to get a trophy. That's how I feel. Does it matter to a lot of people if you don't win? No. But let's be honest, we clean them up and take them there for a chance to try to win something to make us feel kind of good about ourselves. If you have me vote, I'm the crowd and I'm voting, I took off work. This ain't my job. If you don't have the adequate staff, why have the car show?
I don't even know if it's a staff thing. Actually, I know it's not.
It's to get out of it kind of easy.
It's not a staff thing, and I'll tell you why. Because we done 440-some cars at Madness with less than 10 people. And that's judges, registration, everything. it's not a staff thing. It's the fact that either they don't want to or they can't. One of the two. It's got to be.
I just think the whole crowd vote.
Popularity contest.
It is, because what happens is, I might not care about a trophy. I've got a beat up car. But you rode in with me. And a couple of my other buddies.
I'm going to vote for you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm going to vote.
Not the real cars that deserve a trophy wins, unless you just give everybody a trophy, but 6 or 7 of them. I don't get it. Like, I don't know. Maybe change our minds on the comments. Tell us what you think. If you have a car show that you have crowd choice and you have your registered vehicles judged, tell us why you think it's a good idea.
Are you just as proud of a crowd judge show as you are a judge show? If you win, like,
all right. So let's just say I'm going to Rod Run.
Yep.
Next week. They've got legit judges.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was a crowd, you could have Pam over here that don't know a damn thing about vehicles, vote for mine. I think it just takes a lot of that, like, I guess, meaning away from winning a trophy to me. Because if, as a show promoter, if you put your trust in judges, this is my guys or gals, I put all the faith in them, they know what they're looking at, that's meaningful. Pam coming up here and looking at my car and saying she likes it, she don't have a car, or she just brung in a 2002 Monte Carlo that's beat all to hell and registered in the show, that don't really mean nothing to me.
Prime example, Brandon's Mustang, piece of junk. Everybody knows it's a piece of junk. I have not touched this car. It's parked. I'm piddled with it the other day, had it pulled around in front of the house. Somebody stopped by. Car is beautiful. No, it is not. No, it's not. Like, I know it's not because I own it. I've seen it. It's not beautiful. Could it be? Sure. Is it right now? No.
But see, you might have a couple of those people at a show that pulls in a Ford Ranger and just whatever kind of vehicles, and they might pick Brianna's Mustang over
because
something immaculate that they've worked, years on.
Well, I think what a lot of it turns into is personal connection. If you have a crowd judge show, even the people that know a little bit, like me, I'm a prime example. If I'm not judging this car show, right? When I'm judging, I have a more neutral look at it. But if me and you just walking through a car show and there's like a Monte Carlo SS or, I don't know, that'd be something like a Pontiac GTX or something like that. You know me. I like the Monte. I'm leaning towards the Monte. I like them. Why? I've got a connection with them.
That's your car. That's what you want.
So, Joe Blow that's just walking around the show, he stopped by because he had the day off work or whatever. Most people's going to pick something they have a connection to. I think I don't like them. Like, that is what it is. I don't like them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like taking off work and having to work a car show. It makes no sense to me.
Like
I gotta go around and judge.
We've kicked around the idea of like a crowd's choice.
Yeah, for one trophy.
One trophy. Mm-hmm. Like, it would just feel so pointless to me.
Well, all your trophies are going to be screwed up. And that's at least how I think. Unless, like I say, you just got an abundant amount of trophies and everybody wins. Then at that point, I think the meaning of a trophy is lost.
I mean, why even have them?
Yeah. I mean, you give everybody one of them wrap-around medals.
Give everybody a dash plaque.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I say, I think the crowd votes kind of going up. I see a rise in a lot of shows, like starting to go that way. I hope we don't lose track of where car shows originated from.
I don't think you will. I mean, it might get more popular.
God, I don't like it. Like, that's just me. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
I mean, I get it. I'm right there with you. We've had that conversation multiple times. Like,
that's not saying I'm right. I mean, that's not saying I'm wrong either, but
I'll say it. I'm right. I got no problem saying it.
Honestly, I veer away from the crowd votes shows.
Well, they're not a car show.
Like, what are you going to do this weekend? I'm going here. Yeah, I've been thinking about going to this other show. It's they have crowd vote. Everybody that registers gets to vote for whoever's car. Mm-hmm. Now I'm out. I'm out. That ain't a show.
No, because could you imagine putting?
I'd rather have bad judges than a crowd.
Ooh, I don't know.
It's just me.
We've dealt with some bad judges.
I have.
I don't know. Like, the crowd thing, it's not for me. It's not for me. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's just... When I think of judging a car, like, I'm not looking at it as, how cool is this car? Like, I am to a point, but that's not the whole thing. You know what I mean? I think there's so many people out there, and me and you have tried to explain to people how to judge a car, have we not?
I have. I mean, and honestly, that's why here as of late, we kind of just been judging them ourselves, because, I look for body lines, is this panel lining up with this door, body line is...
Body work.
Yeah, is Bondo wavy down the side, just everything.
I mean, I get to the point I look at craftsmanship. Like, if you're going to do custom work, that's cool. I'm not giving you brownie points just because you tried to do custom work. It better be good custom work.
Yeah, and like I say, doing a crowd vote,
I think a lot of that falls through the cracks.
It is. I mean, because you don't know that, well, certain people don't know that body lines don't match up, or the gaps is huge, or...
Dude, there's some people out there that don't know that front clip didn't come off that Monte Carlo SS because it's not a Monte Carlo SS. It's a Monte Carlo that somebody stuck the wrong bumper on. Like, that's the kind of stuff I look for. Not everybody will.
Kind of got to be educated a little bit in this hobby, because honestly, if you don't educate yourself, I mean, what's the point of being in this hobby?
No.
Just because you like cars, like, okay, how'd the cars originate,
I mean, I think just liking cars is enough to enjoy the hobby.
It is.
You don't have to know how to rebuild an engine to get on YouTube and watch some cool videos.
No.
You don't have to know, what year Chevrolet changed the taillight on the Impala to go to a car show and say, hey, that's a cool car. But I don't think you should get to pick if that Impala gets a trophy or not.
I kind of think of it, and I hate to throw them out there like that, but the Mustang crowd. So the Mustang
this dude
crowd
hates on some Mustangs, man.
Yeah, but listen, follow me on this one, because I'm going to give him some brownie points here.
Okay.
You walk up to a Mustang guy.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's a SN 95. That's a whatever. Like,
they know their stuff.
They know everything about these Mustangs and everything else. And that's awesome. Like, same thing with the Jeeps.
But, in my opinion, Mustangs and Jeeps are kind of like a subculture within this hobby. It's almost like mini truck guys.
Yeah.
Like, they kind of have their own little branch.
I mean, the Mustang guys know everything about all these Mustangs,
yes,
and it ain't from like 2000 and up.
Dude,
I'm
some of these guys
from the first gen.
Some of these
Mustang
guys
all
can
the way up.
spit you out part numbers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I was talking to somebody and they was like, yeah, that's a whatever. And I'm like, yeah, what is it? Like a 2023 Mustang? Oh, no, it's a S whatever.
Yeah, there's 36 of those built in the plant in Michigan.
And I'm like, Jesus, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fill me in. Like, let me know. Let me have some of that knowledge because, I mean, it's nice to have. So now I got to look it up and see what this is and when these start. And
yeah, I mean, me personally, I just have more of a broad take on the stuff. I haven't, like, pinpointed on a whole lot of things. C10 trucks, I've pinpointed quite a bit on. But other than that, like,
it's just kind of
I
interesting.
don't know what the Ford Motor Company part number to that 66 center console is.
I'm not that dedicated into any of the car community.
But I mean,
remember part numbers.
you know, I was raised a Chevrolet guy. So I can look at like a Chevelle or Nova and know, that's not the right headlights on that car. You know, I know stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, some of these guys, man, they can go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yep. That's really all I got. I know it's kind of short and sweet this week. Of course, next week it's going to be also short and sweet. So we got a car show to prepare for.
Rod Run coming up.
Yeah. That car's been driving me insane.
Not really. Let's be honest. You kind of enjoyed it.
No, not really.
I'll say this: you got more done for this car show than you have most of them.
Yeah, no, we was kind of talking about that. Was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
You know, we did. I did more to my car leading up to this show than ever before, and I don't know why that is.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. This show carries a little bit of weight to it.
I mean, yeah,
I mean, you've took it to Shades and stuff like that before,
it'd be
but
super awesome to win.
this is different.
Not gonna lie, at Rod Run, it didn't mean a lot. Like, I don't know if I'd sleep that whole night. With that being said, I'm taking a knife to a cannon fight. Given the fact I've wet sand, buffed, like, did all this kind of stuff, so I'm taking a sharp knife.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm taking a sharp, pretty knife to a gunfight. But, you know, I drive my car. I drive it. Now, will I get it out in the rain? No, but I used to. And that's what's been so difficult now. You know, this thing 5-6 foot up in the air, cleaning, you know, floor plans and...
Floor plans? Floor pans.
Yeah, so I've been doing floor plans too. We're approved, yay. But no, just cleaning the floor pans on it, and you know, drive shaft, rear end cover, just suspension
went through the air ride on it.
Yeah, went all through the air ride. Just, I mean, everything. Like everything's been touched.
Let's be honest though. By the time this show's over,
I will probably go to a local show and not win.
Probably. Crowd choice, no trophy.
Crowd choice. I didn't like him. He's an asshole. He's talking shit on his podcast.
I don't know, man. Like, I know you'll be glad when this show's over, but I'm glad it gave you the motivation to check a couple of them boxes that you kind of been putting off.
You know, yeah, just working all the time and.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they've had a little bit more free time this summer than normal.
What's cool is I can just be like, hey, I'm not doing this today. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice.
That was kind of the whole point of us doing what we're doing right now, though.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
I mean,
it's nice when you can just say, I don't want to today.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what I did all day yesterday is try to get Rod Run ready and built a cover for the back on the fuel cell and made it look all nice and sharp and everything. So, just churching everything up. So,
Rod Run coming up next week, right?
Yeah, Rod Run's next week. Which looking at pictures stuff, there's people still down there. Which it's the week.
This is week of Shades,
but Shades not there. So
Triple Crown this week.
Triple Crown is this weekend.
You sending pictures from it?
I haven't, but that's a little bit too early.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know if you knew anybody that was going down there.
I know quite a bit of people that's actually going, but I haven't seen any pictures yet. Okay. I'll be kind of excited to see how that show does.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they kind of picked the ball up and ran with it. Like, You know, I don't quite get that. Like, did they buy shades? Like, did they just...
I think it was just kind of like a... I don't know if Bobby Alloway's was in shades or just a super close, relationship with all of them.
Right.
But from my understanding, the club and everybody just kind of decided to retire. They was a little older.
Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't know if he had, like...
Shades was up at Splash Country, and they want to stretch it out and stay open until October.
Yeah, I knew that.
So that really puts their show, October, November's time. Nobody's going to do that for a big show.
And I get moving it, but I didn't know why the name got changed. I didn't know if he couldn't get the blessing on it, or...
I don't know. I think you just kind of want to start fresh.
I get that.
I would think so. Could he moved it to the LeConte Center and stuff? Yeah. I mean, I know he could have. But me though, like if I was going to buy out somebody's show or get a show from somebody, I wouldn't want anybody saying, "Well, that's just their show."
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like, after I thought about it for a second, I kind of get it. Like, you're going to be in that show shadow.
Mm-hmm. It's always going to be their show. Change it up a little bit.
You're kind of screwed either way. Like, if you do good. Well, they always done good.
Their trophies are sick.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, they're nasty. I have shown them to you.
Yeah, you'll have to. I don't guess I've seen them.
So, of course, this weekend, it's Triple Crown. Also, September 8th, 9th, and 10th, which is this weekend, is Holly LS Fest in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Okay.
I really want to go to that one day.
God, man. You going to be home at all this week?
Oh, I can't go this week. I got a UFC fight to go to. Something. But I like to go to a LS Fest. They just raise hell, praise Dale.
No, they don't.
They do. They just go.
Dale will be praised in Bristol next week.
They just get wild at these LS Fests. I like to go to one.
I've never been to one. Never been.
It's just burnouts, drag racing, car show, everything LS.
Cars stuff. Man, did you see the burnout pit when they got down that?
It's like they painted it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always a big draw.
It is. I mean, you good for him. Like, obviously, I don't know the dude. Like, he's turned that into a pretty big event, though.
Yes.
And I mean, I love Bristol Motor Speedway, anyways. Like, I'm an NASCAR guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of cool when you see a bunch of Ford Rangers or Crown Vics or something like that just going around beating the living daylights out of each other. That's cool.
He's came a long way from, I guess, where he kind of started with 1320 and everything.
Right.
Also this weekend, you got the Charlotte Auto Fair at Concord, North Carolina. I've been to that a couple times. Pretty good little event. If you're into mini trucks or just whatever, I'm sure they'll take whatever. This Saturday, Static Nationals is in Rogersville, Tennessee from 8 to 5.
How far away is that?
A couple hours. They come to our shows quite often.
Yeah, I know.
If I didn't have this fight and stuff to go to, Owen had soccer and trying to get the car ready. I kind of like to go to that show too. I like people at Sports Us.
Daggone, you give us another month or two, we're going to be bored out of our mind.
I know. We just got all these shows.
Like, I couldn't tell you the last time we had a weekend of just nothing.
I know. So, yeah, you got Static Nationals. He's been doing it a couple years.
They have a pretty good turnout?
Pretty good turnout, yeah. Absolutely. Also, this Saturday, if you're looking for something a little bit more local, you got Jamming with the Jeeps in Whitfield, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's first I heard about this, but I'm sure it's going to be a big turnout. It always is with Jeeps.
Like, I think it's
just a huge following.
I swear, I think you could park a Jeep in Kroger, and they just kind of flock to it.
Yeah.
Somebody driving down Stafford Drive. Ooh, another one. Let's go over and see what they're doing.
Count how many ducks.
They just come by and duck you.
Boop. How many ducks you
What
got?
is the deal with that? Like, how in the world did that get started?
I don't know. I'm curious about it.
Like, I want to know.
We went to that Mopar show, and my kid had like 3 rubber ducks.
Well, then they was giving them away.
Yeah.
Like, everywhere they selling t-shirts.
If you guys know what the rubber ducks...
Please tell me how the ducking got started. Like,
yeah.
What happened there? Like, where'd that come from? What's the point of it? Is it kind of like tag, you're it? Like, what is it?
Yeah, it's not all the same color. Like, it's totally different color.
I don't know, but I didn't know you could fit that many ducks on a dashboard. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a ton of them.
It's just a wild community. Like,
they're tight though.
They're super tight with all of them.
Yeah.
Like, that's a club in itself. And they're not even a club. I mean, some of them you have clubs, but
you have clubs, but they're not like,
they're a tight knit community.
Yeah.
Kudos to them.
Like, when you look at their clubs, it's almost more like chapters in the whole Jeep club.
I know they had that Jeep invasion down in
Tennessee. God almighty, that was a good turnout.
Packed. Kind of made me want a Jeep. I was like, yeah, you know what?
What kind of Jeep would you have?
I don't know. Maybe Rubicon. 392.
Nah.
V8.
Nah.
Yes, sir. I don't want a 4-cylinder.
I'm going to go with like old Jeep truck.
I don't even want a 6-cylinder. I want that 392 big V8 stuffed in this Jeep.
Let's see.
Give me a little bit of lift, a little bit bigger upgraded tires.
If I ain't mistaken, I think the truck off of Tremors was a Jeep. I think Val and Earl's truck was like a Jeep Gladiator or something like that, like an old school one. That's me. It's got me wrote all over it.
Yeah, I could see you running. I could see you showing up at this jamming with the Jeeps and
absolutely. Got stuff all in with vacuum cleaner sticking out.
Just one rubber duck on the dash.
One rubber duck. Look.
Nobody else likes it, so they ain't
nobody
giving you a
duck. My old lady felt bad for me.
She just bought it.
She ducked my hood.
Yeah, she didn't tell you about it though.
No.
Yeah.
Man, that's different. Like, Jeeps are cool.
Yeah.
I like Jeeps.
I do too.
The problem is you sink so much money so fast into them.
Absolutely.
Like,
probably more than anything.
Yeah.
Their parts is very expensive.
Well, in the aftermarket, just scene for them is unreal. Like, nah. Brandon's wanted one for years, and I've dodged that bullet multiple times.
We got a Jeep Wagoneer. It's about the closest to a Jeep we'll get.
Well, I mean, it's a Jeep.
It's a Jeep.
Do they accept you guys?
I don't know. Nobody's ducked us.
Nobody's ducked
super disappointed.
Aw, somebody out there Ducky's wagon.
Yeah. Where y'all at with these ducks? Come duck the wagon. Let me know what it means though first.
I don't know. I feel like the Wagoneer is like the stuck-up step cousin in the Jeep family.
Nobody wants the Wagoneer part of them.
Yeah. Your Wagoneer shows up with like your sweater like tied around your neck and stuff.
You're not a true Jeeper.
That's cool though, man.
Also, this Saturday, September 9th, you've got the Advance Auto Cruise In at Bluefield, West Virginia.
West Virginia?
Yep. It's from 5 to 8.
It's always in Cumberland.
Yeah,
yep.
It's always a pretty good little turnout there. So.
It is. I mean, we know a bunch of guys that go out there.
I think they even pick a trophy or two for the little cruise in. I believe so.
That's weird.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't know if it's staff pick or like their car club that puts it on as pick or something like that, first, second, third, something like that. Yeah, I mean, they'll always have 20 to 30 cars, maybe more.
I mean, we've been out there a couple of times. We've seen some nice stuff out there.
Yeah, it's different stuff. So, got all those events going on this weekend, and then next weekend, Rod Run. Yeah, buddy. And then if you're not cool enough to go to Rod Run,
I'm not cool enough. I'm not going to Rod Run.
Let me change your mind on Rod Run real quick. Also, next week is Cool Cruising Nights.
That I might get to.
Okay. Cool Cruising Nights is very awesome. Winding down on their kind of cruises for the year.
They ain't got many left.
So if you're not going to Rod Run or anything like that, make sure you get out to Cool Cruising Nights if you're local. If you're not local, and only an hour or so drive, it's worth the drive.
Yeah, I mean, And I mean, if you grew up in this area, it's just a nostalgia trip.
Yeah.
Like, Mercer Street's come up so much.
It has. It's starting to be a lot better. Let me change mine on Rod Run.
Change my mind.
You know, we talked in episode 1 and 2 about a food place. So, Rod Run Blue Moose Bar and Grill.
Man, that's kind of cheap.
It ain't.
It's kind of cheap.
It ain't.
Like,
Best wings around, boys.
I would drive down, hang out with you at the Blue Moose. I don't know, man. Like, Rod Run,
I've never been.
It's just from what I hear.
It's probably a total shit show because everybody I've
From
told,
what I
like,
hear, it is a ton of loud diesel trucks and loud youngins. And I don't mean like little kids. I mean like,
I hear it gets like super wild to the point where females are getting arrested for taking off their shirts and stuff. So it's kind of like Mardi Gras.
so I was thinking, my wife decided I'm not going to Rod Run this week.
Well, Brittany's not going to let me out of the cabin after about 7:30.
I want you in the house before the sun goes down, Chad.
Yeah. Wear these painted sunglasses.
But you got to remember, you're not in your 20s anymore. Mm-hmm. Like this,
They say
this ain't your crowd anymore.
They say it's super wild.
I mean, good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Go down there, have some
the
fun.
police don't like it.
I mean, hell, we all did it.
Yeah, they say the police and stuff don't like it.
They've always kind of been like that down there, though. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, they don't let many trucks in anymore.
I mean, they kind of frown on that. They frown on loud music.
They frown on the diesels.
Yeah.
But people keep going anyways. Like, I don't
know why.
I don't know. Like, is it just habit at this point? Like,
maybe. They need to figure out how everyone can come to Madness in the Mountains 2024.
I mean, might as well.
Yeah.
Bring your squatted truck. We'll welcome you. We're not gonna like it, but we won't turn.
We've got an alternate parking lot for squatted trucks. Diesels, I'm great with. There's some awesome looking diesels.
There is.
I ain't never seen an awesome squatted vehicle.
I wish somebody would.
That's just not my thing, though.
I wish somebody would explain it to me.
See, me growing up was tuners, and that's how I got explained this.
Okay.
All right. So the whole squatter thing. They's like, well, back when you was young and you was our age, tuners and mini trucks was y'all's thing. Okay. And then before that, your dad probably liked the old cars.
That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
And I'm like,
I try to look at it as
I'm like, okay,
a big rake. I mean, you remember some of them old GTOs and stuff.
Yeah.
Them things was raked way up there.
Well, then when people start doing like this stuff to Hondas and Mitsubishi Eclipses and everything and putting wings on them and body kits, the older crowd was like, that's stupid.
So you're telling me 10, 15 years from now, there's going to be a line of squatted trucks show up at our car show and be like, man, I remember telling that was stupid.
I mean, I hope not, but maybe.
I tell you, the guys, like, you know what, you squatted truck guys, good for you. I hope your dad's proud. But the guys I can't get is the dude that's got their wheels all jacked like this and they're like riding on about that much of the tire.
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
You don't like stance?
Please tell me a benefit to it. You got nothing, okay. I don't like the way they look. They cannot perform any better. Like,
no, but there's a huge following in like the stanced vehicles.
Yes.
Like big.
Yeah.
Like way more than
it kind of
squatted trucks.
No, it kind of reminds me of like early 2000s tuner scene.
Well, I was going to say it kind of like tuners kind of evolved into that. Maybe
They did.
I know I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he's like, he puts on a car show, and he was working on a car for his daughter, and she had like I think it's like a Lexus. It was on air ride and stuff, and they ended up getting this other car, and trying to do the stance thing and everything else. And he's like, finally, I just got pissed off. Look, we're throwing that ride all on. I'm done. I'm done messing with this. But like the stretch tires and all that, like that's what they look for.
Wow.
Like, I don't know. Like small tire, just stretch it
I don't get it.
on a big wheel. I don't know.
Like, who was the first guy that done that? He pulls in, and somebody looked at this dude and said, I love it.
I say somebody like, probably how this happened was they brung in their tuner at a car dealership. Hey, I got this tire.
I need
it
this
don't
put
fit.
on. We don't have one that size.
You're going to have to put this on. You're going to have to try to make it work to get me home. And they stretched it.
And he was like, oh, man.
Oh, God, it's
I like it.
It's sick.
I couldn't get over the speed bump coming in, but it looks so cool. Nah, I don't know. I mean,
Somebody said bet 48 times. Like, bet.
They informed me my tires was busting.
So that probably happened. I don't know, but they sink a ton of money in those stance vehicles. I know that. The following on them as far as their shows go is unreal.
Now they got that big show down Tennessee.
They've got
It's
a
a
lot
massive
of shows.
show.
Yeah,
Like I saw videos. I mean, I'm talking like 4, 5, 6 cars on a trailer getting hauled into that thing.
Yeah, they don't play.
No, I mean, kudos to them. It's not my thing.
I like that way better than the squatted. But like I say,
I mean, it's kind of one and the same for me. Like,
we're
it really
older
is.
and we see that stuff.
Well,
just
we
like
are
our
like we
parents
are
was-
getting older, ain't
Yeah,
we?
just like our parents looked at the tuner and mini trucks and was like, "That's stupid."
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I went to high school with people that had Lambo doors on their 96 Stang.
Yeah,
Nobody thought that was a good idea.
I still don't think it's a good idea.
No,
But
it's not a good idea.
keep Lambo doors on a Lambo.
Lambo doors don't even look good on a Lambo.
Most of them don't even use them, so they have the option, like,
Yeah, well, you can open it and then raise it.
or just open it and get in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, you give me a set of gull wing doors. That's where I'm at. Son.
Yeah, that's
You give me like an AMG or something like that.
that's showing that you're a real baller.
That's right.
But I guess that's it for this one.
Short one this week.
Short one this week, but we'll catch you guys next week. It'll also kind of be a little short one because got vacation stuff with this show and everything and trying to get the car loaded up.
Honestly, things for us are about to get super busy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're in the process of about being done on our dealership, so
yep.
gonna be super busy. So we're gonna stick with this as long as car shows are active throughout the year, and then
I mean,
probably in the winter time.
As we get into
once a
winter, we
month or
might
so,
dial it back to maybe once every 2 weeks, once a month.
something like
I mean,
that.
it just depends. Depends on how busy we are, how much there is to talk about.
Might not be in the shed. Might be in the shed.
Might be
at
in
the
the
dealership.
garage.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, it just kind of depends on what we got to talk about. There's only so much me and him come all over 1,000 times a piece, so.
Yeah, and every week you've got something going on in the summertime, as whereas the winter you really don't.
May have to trail off a little bit farther down some rabbit holes in the wintertime.
Oh boy, talk about some movies and.
Oh, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started.
But yeah, we'll check you guys out next weekend, and
Like the video,
good one.
comment, throw us something that you got any ideas on. Y'all have a good week.
thank y'all.